Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I wanted to jump in and make a quick video here, and some quick revelations I had today as we continue here and just self-awareness and understanding of, say hi, Tony, on our thoughts and our circumstances and on our situations that happen to us. Right. The last videos you guys seen, I got the most viewership where I shared my devastation or devastating, I would say, event, right? Job loss, which is what everybody, we all face at one point in our lives. I've faced it plenty of times, but we act as if it's the end all be all. And as I said in my last video, it's something that can be actually a new beginning, a new direction. So, off to a new topic. Today I was driving a hot day in New York City, and the car breaks down. My car starts heating up. Granted, it's an older vehicle. It's about 15 years old. It's a hoopty, as we call it here in New York City. But the heat out, I guess the exhaustion of it was such a hot day that anybody that knows about cars, the water pump went, and it is not a cheap job. It is a very expensive job. The job itself is very labor intensive, which is why mechanics charge so much. So, I went to mechanics, drove around, tried to get a good price, and I was able to drive around and got a price of about $300 just for the labor, which is not cheap, but it's something that you're paying for the value of the labor. And it got me thinking about how, you know, everything has value. Everybody's something has value to somebody, right? There's nothing in this world or in life or in anything that doesn't have value or that is worthless or meaningless, right? And we can kind of tie that up into into objects, into materialistic things, into people. Everybody has value, right? There's nobody in this world that doesn't have value to anyone. And you can start thinking about, I start observing around my neighborhood. I don't know if it happens around your neighborhood where you live, where you guys might live, but here in New York City, there's recycling and there's trash. And on the days that there's recycling, there's actually individuals, women and men, that are dedicated to picking up the recycle or the bottles that are going to be recycled, especially the glass bottles. And they are on a mission to pick up as many bottles as they can. And obviously they have a strategy. They even have, a truck, and they have like a strategy of how many people they can pick up, how many bottles they can get, and they have bags and a strategy how to do it. So it shows you that what we throw out as regarding as trash obviously has value to somebody else. And I'm always, since I was young, I've always heard when I would throw out something or pick up something in the streets, we will always say, another man's trash is another man's treasure. And it took some time to realize exactly how how big of a statement, how much wisdom is in that statement, right? Because if you think about it, it's so true, right? So much trash that you think is trash is worth a lot more to other people, right? You have like recyclable plastic, metals, copper, all these things that I've worked in these industries. A lot of these things that you think is trash, if you take it somewhere to get it recycled, is worth a lot of money. And there's people that dedicate themselves to picking up the garbage, or that we consider garbage, and taking it to these places where they get paid for this. So even the garbage has its value in life. And it's something that it starts to, full circle, where sometimes you feel as a person that you have no value, nothing to bring to the table, nothing to add. And we, myself, you start criticizing yourself like, hey, listen, I have nothing to bring to the table. Even in a job, even as a business owner, you're trying to figure out how you can provide value, how can you serve, and you're figuring out where is it that you can be at your best and provide the best value. And I think it gets easier when you start breaking down that even the littlest of things in life have value, and everybody has a purpose, and everybody serves in the way that they're able in their best capacity, and whatever it is that they do has value. Me, I was a porter, and as a janitor, as they call it, you have value. You're the one picking up after everybody's mess, and without that, the place would be a mayhem. So you're the one to come and set order for the next day, and it's your job, and it's on you. Without you, the place will not be presentable. The place will not be workable. Conditions will be unsanitary, and a whole bunch of shitload lawsuits will come down on these places if they didn't have somebody that was able to pick up after others and keep the place at a decent, obviously workable condition. So even the most meaningless jobs that we look at have value. So for all of us out there that are trying to run a business, trying to start a business, trying to add some type of value, understand that you have value. To the littlest of things, your experience, your situations you're going through right now, what you've gone through, all of that brings value to somebody else because they might be going through that for the first time. They might want to know how it's like. They might want to know what you did to overcome these things. So, note to self, we all have value. And we kind of get lost in only things that are worth a certain amount of money, obviously money or some type of monetary value to it, are things that have value. But we also lose sight of things that don't actually have a price, but are priceless, as they say, right? Certain things that are valuable don't have a price, and certain things that have a price don't have value. So keep that in consideration. Just a thought for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.